How to solo boss Valtan Gate 1. This video took blood, sweat and tears to make, and it was so tilting. And for one reason and one reason only. I was going in expecting to do my weekly boss. Just like do a boss, record it, then post it. However, my ping decided to have another say, so I started spiking and it made some frustrating fails and I couldn't play, and randomly I got the best Vaulton lobby. They were so patient, they literally waited for me to find solution to my ping, reinstall exit lag and all that stuff. They even gave me tips, which was funny. Thanks to them we got the run, and I'm going to give you all the important tricks and tips you need to know to solo boss this gate. And I will drop gate 2 tomorrow, since if I do both it will be a really long video. So let's start by gate 1. First let's start with the battle items. It's pretty standard. You need the stag grenade, swift robe, you need the splendid panacea, and you need pots. And you also need to play with forced aspect ratio. A reason behind it is that during wolf, since you would need to split them apart, it's better to have the best vision possible. Because if you don't, sometimes the problem with the normal ratio, it's too zoomed, and sometimes you think you split them apart, but you actually didn't, so you ended up surging during their armor. So the very first tip here is that this wolf disappears after the first surge if it crits. So that depends on your surge damage too. So after that, just go straight to the top, and the reason you would want to position yourself at the top is so you can face his back instantly. It's also important to know the patterns. For example, when the wolf opens his arms like this, it's obvious that he would do his jump, and after the jump you can use spin cutter to get away from him. You can use dark axle, you can just walk, and after he does this spin with his arms, go back in because the sides will explode. And for the backflip, just dodge the backflip, because when he does the backflip, if you're in front of it, it will knock you down. When playing Surge, you just need to avoid hard CC. For staggering attacks, you don't need to dodge them or do any fancy stuff. Just it's only important to dodge the mechanics that can knock you. For this mechanic, try to not do any of your major skills that roots you in place, like Blitz Rush or Soul Absorber, or holding Void Strike, for example. Just get as much stack as you can with just while dodging. And for wolves, this is how to do that. When the other wolf invades, do not waste your time trying to divide them or split them, because in case you didn't know, if they are close to each other, they get increased armor, therefore you will be dealing no damage. That's fine for Surge. Just stack, use any skill. You could use any skill. Just make sure to get 20 stacks while kiting them and dodging their CC. And then when you get 20 stack, you will roam around the map trying to divide them so you can surge. I think Deathblade Surge is the easiest class to do this mechanic, because you're holding your whole damage in one button. You can unleash it whenever you want when you divide them. And it's actually harder for remaining, because remaining would need to land both Surge and another skill, like for example Blitz Rush or Moonlight Sonic or whatever skill. So this is a tip also for remaining. If you're playing remaining, it will take you more time to pass this mechanic, and you would have to do it the same way, except that you would need to combine one skill with Surge, since Surge alone for you is not enough. Sadly, because Source was alive, it made the mechanic easier. However, thankfully, she did die before the second phase, and I will show you how I did it solo, because some people might say, oh, Source helped targeting the Red Wolf or something like that. So here the other wolf invaded. As you can see, I forgot to mention really something really important. You have to also look at the minimap, since as you see, the other wolf is not in your screen. But you can see in the minimap that he's far away. That's why I instantly searched the blue wolf, because I'm not gonna waste an opportunity like this and never try to land a back attack surge during this mechanic. Like, it doesn't matter if it's front or back, just surge. You're not gonna get a lot of windows to do it, so just surge whenever you divide them. Like here, you see, it was a front surge, still fine. I'm not gonna waste time trying to get behind him. For the orb mechanic, I wanted to get a clean one, but sadly because I have input lag, I had to play it safe. So I'm going to show you how to play it safe. Basically, if you want to do this, if you want to guarantee to win this mechanic, all you need to do is take the orbs early, and you will receive just a little bit of damage. And the reason I waited before taking the last two is because you don't want to mix them. If you take blue and you take after it a blue orb, you're done. You lose the run, you would grief the run. So you want here to take them in order. Blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, in clockwise or reverse clockwise, doesn't matter. You just take them in order, and you can take your time here. It doesn't really matter, as long as you have a stagger nade. However, the only reason you would want to do them faster and in a clean way is just for like aesthetics of it, and so you save one stagger nade, because if you do it faster you would have more time to stagger, therefore you would not need to use the nade. However, you can just use nade and do it like while chilling. You don't need to stress this mechanic. And for the spacebar mechanic, I think it's pretty easy. You just need to practice it. Basically, when you see him do this animation, just watch it closely, memorize it. The moment you see him, just spacebar instantly or use awakening. However, here I tried to cheese it with a splendid panacea, and I thought it would work. It would have been really cool if it worked, because no one ever uses it, so it would make every run a lot easier, but sadly it doesn't work. So I tried it so you don't have to. And it's fine if you fail the first spacebar because it doesn't kill you. However, the second one would kill you for sure. So as you can see here, I was on my way to dodging this skill, but he did the spacebar mechanic. So I dodged, and just to make sure that I got it, I did the awakening as well. Because sometimes he would not do the spacebar. Normally he would do a mechanic first, like you saw. Imagine if I spacebarred away and I didn't see him do the mechanic. That's why you need to look at the stagger bar. So when it goes yellow, just spacebar instantly, since it means that he's most likely doing the mechanic, and you wouldn't want him to catch you off screen since you're not looking at him. And I think I covered almost every important details here. And tomorrow I'm gonna drop gate 2.